Hello students, welcome to my channel, and in this video we are going to discuss how the fertilization occurs in a flower, right? So now we have discussed that now the pollen grain has been landed over the stigma of any different flower, okay, through kind of pollination. Maybe it is anemophily, maybe it is hydrophily, maybe through any agents, okay, biotic or abiotic. Now discuss how this male gamete goes to the ovary and how double fertilization occurs. So start with the animation.
And a central cell with two polar nuclei. The pollen tube now enters one of the synergids through the filiform apparatus, during which it ruptures and releases the male gametes into the synergid's cytoplasm. Of the two male gametes, one enters the egg cell and fuses with its nucleus. This fusion, known as Syngamy, or first fertilization, results in the formation of a diploid zygote. Meanwhile, the other male gamete moves towards the two polar nuclei and fertilizes them to produce a triploid primary endosperm nucleus, or PEN. Incidentally,
now this is called primary endosperm nucleus. So two gametes are being here. Two gametes that go into this entire ovule, and one fuses with egg cell and one gamete fuses with that center nucleus. In center there are two nuclei, and they fuse, and that is why it is called triple fusion. And one male gamete fuses to egg, that is called syngamy. So this here, the syngamy and this triple fusion, because three nuclei are being fused, triple fusion. Okay, so let's start.
This fusion is known as triple fusion, as it involves the fusion of three haploid nuclei.
Haploid means single set of chromosome.
After the triple fusion, the central cell is called the primary endosperm cell. Did you know that syngamy and triple fusion together represent double fertilization, a phenomenon unique to flowering plants?
The unique feature of flowering plants means the unique feature of angiosperm is the double fertilization. Whenever you ask with the question that what is the unique feature of angiosperms or what is the unique feature of flowering plants, whether I use the term flowering plants or whether I use the term angiosperm, then the unique feature is double fertilization because there is syngamy and triple fusion, both occur. Okay, so now
double fertilization is followed by several post-fertilization events which eventually transform the ovule into a seed and the ovary into a fruit.
Ovary fruit convert हो जाएगा.
These events include degeneration of the antipedals, synergids, and
finally
the development of the zygote into an embryo,
zygote develop करेगा
and
embryo
the
में.
primary endosperm cell into the endosperm by repeated mitotic divisions.
You have to draw the diagram for these structures. Embryo sac.
Endospermic development is of three types: nuclear endospermic development, cellular endospermic development, and halobial endospermic development.
Know the terms.
In nuclear endospermic development, which is the most common type of endosperm development, the primary endosperm nucleus divides mitotically and forms free nuclei.
These are the free nucleus.
This division is sometimes followed by...
Again, I am going to explain you the free nucleus stage. Whenever the term free nucleus is used, Free means free nucleus, means there is mitosis. Of course, there is a kind of division of only nucleus. Okay. When the term nucleus is free nucleus is used, means cell is one and the nucleus are being divided again and again. So that is the term is called free nucleus. अगर आपसे कहा जाए कि न्यूक्लियस क्या पूरा सेल डिवाइड हुआ है, तो सेल डिवाइड करने मतलब होता है न्यूक्लियस के साथ साथ पूरी की पूरी सेल होनी चाहिए, राइट. लेकिन जब बोला जाए फ्री न्यूक्लियस, यानी कि सेल एक ही है लेकिन खूब सारे न्यूक्लियस वहां पे डेवलप हो गए, तो क्या टर्म दे दिया? फ्री न्यूक्लियर स्टेज.
Cytoplasmic divisions from the periphery.
और उसके बाद साइटोप्लाज्म डेवलप होगा धीमे धीमे.
In the case of cellular endospermic development, which is seen in plants such as Utricularia, the division of the primary endosperm nucleus is immediately followed by cytoplasmic divisions.
क्लियर हुआ?
Halo
एक आपने बोला न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्मिक डेवलपमेंट, जिसमें खूब सारे सबसे पहले क्या डेवलप होते हैं? पहले न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड होते हैं, उसके बाद लास्ट में मोमेंट में जाके साइड से सेल्स के किनारे किनारे से क्या डेवलप हो रहे थे? साइटोप्लाज्म डेवलप हो रहा था. लेकिन वो नहीं है. जब बोलेंगे न्यूक्लियर डेवलपमेंट, ये न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्म डेवलपमेंट, तो खाली न्यूक्लियस डेवलप करता है, खूब सारे न्यूक्लियस बन जाते हैं कि सेल एक ही रहती है. जब बोलेंगे सेलुलर एंडोस्पर्म डेवलपमेंट, यानी कि जैसे जैसे न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड हो रहा है, जरा ध्यान से देखें इस स्ट्रक्चर, यहाँ न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड हो रहा है, साथ में सेल भी देखो डिवाइड हो रही है बीच से, राइट. तो क्या बोल दिया टर्म? सेलुलर एंडोस्पर्मिक डेवलपमेंट. तो ये टर्म याद रखेंगे, जैसे जैसे न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड हो रहा है साथ साथ पूरा सेल भी डिवाइड हो रहा हो, तो टर्म दे दिया सेलुलर एंडोस्पर्मिक डेवलपमेंट. नाउ अब देखेंगे हेलोबियल के लिए.
endospermic development, on the other hand, is an intermediate type of development where half the cells develop in cellular mode and the other half undergo free nuclear divisions.
Very easy. Half.
Interestingly, the number of free nuclei formed prior and post-cellularization differs greatly. Take the case of a tender coconut fruit, where the coconut water that you see is actually thousands of free nuclei. As the coconut matures, cellularization leads to a decrease in the quantity of water and the formation of the white kernel, the cellular endosperm. Therefore, in the coconut, we find both free nuclear endosperm made up of thousands of nuclei and cellular endosperm. Histological studies have shown that endosperm contains stored food in the form of starch or proteins, as in cereals, or oil, as in castor or coconut. This food provides nourishment to the zygote while it is developing into an embryo. It is interesting to note that the endosperm also forms a major source of nutrition for human beings. Incidentally, the development of the embryo, also known as embryogeny, occurs only after a certain amount of the endosperm has developed.
That is the embryo?
In fact, in some plants, such as groundnut that belongs to the bean family,
Groundnut, hopefully.
the mature seeds lack endosperm, as it gets completely absorbed by the developing embryo. When these seeds germinate, the cotyledons or seed leaves become the source of nutrition for the embryo. However, in mature seeds of castor, we see that the endosperm is retained as a storage tissue. In the case of cereals, the alurone layer,
अनाज जो होते हैं,
which forms a part of the endosperm, stores food as well as secretes amylase enzyme for the digestion of stored starch during germination of the seed.
you have to draw the diagram for these structures.
Studies by botanists have revealed